Welcome to Tuesday, the 25th day of November, 2025. Your Day Weather Podcast brought to you by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, don't face it alone. Get an experience. Local Wyoming attorney on your side. Free consultations at WyomingAdvocates.com. Call 307-800-1952. You deserve an advocate. Well, it's going to be a brisk, chilly day across the region. Northwest winds aloft will keep temperatures on the cold side for folks in northern Wyoming, Montana's, and as folks are finding out in the Dakotas, especially North Dakota, very wintry or a little taste of winter here over the last 24 hours. Behind the system, northwest winds aloft are going to be cold and coming in, bringing in some cooler Canadian air. Winds will be brisk. Just a few mainly scattered snow showers or flurries over the higher terrain today. The better snow will be over the north central United States. There's a little bit of moisture that will bring some high country snow showers Wednesday night into Thursday morning into the mountains of Wyoming and Colorado. Nothing that will amount to much, but there will be over the higher elevations, those snowy areas over the mountain passes is what you'll want to watch for Wednesday and Thursday. Again, nothing significant, but if you're going over a mountain pass, over the higher elevations, Wednesday into early Thursday, watch out for those. The next chance of snow and cold is a little ahead of schedule. It is looking like, we hinted at this yesterday, that there is going to be some light snows and falling temperatures starting in the northern areas Friday, then overnight Friday into Saturday, moving down the Continental Divide and along the Front Range. Then an Arctic surge comes in behind that. So this pattern change is coming not all at once, but in pieces. And then there's another piece of Arctic air and light snow that will be around Sunday and into Monday. In these situations, the confidence is high of the colder weather coming and the snow coming. It's the magnitude. It's the magnitude of the cold and the magnitude of the snow that we've got to sort out here over the next couple of days. In the meantime, some great photos of some of the remaining nice days of weather. Beautiful fire in the sky opportunity yesterday evening and late afternoon across the area with some great cloudscapes, great sunsets, and lenticular clouds forming out ahead of that cold front yesterday. Then along the cold front, some snow showers there in northern Wyoming. Beautiful sunset up in Belle Fourche, and just great cloudscapes again all across the region. And the sunset yesterday in many areas was really quite phenomenal. How's that for some lenticulars in the Leadville area yesterday afternoon? And shot of snow in the Wind River Mountains. Togety Pass in particular yesterday got a nice shot of snow as that system traveled along the Montana-Wyoming border, and White Sands, New Mexico. How about that for a beautiful shot there? Wow. Thanks, Steve, for sending that in. Now we've got a fun little snow squall video to show you. It's short, but as that frontal system came into Montana yesterday, Lori from Bozeman sent this in, little speeding up there, but snow squall warning issued for that one as it came on through. So times are a-changing. The low today in the upper plains in North Dakota moving out. Here's that Pacific moisture that's going to stream in, causing some high elevation snow shower activity tomorrow into Thanksgiving morning. But we're seeing these systems move along very quickly. So this is where that system's going to be today. Over the Dakotas, heading into the Great Lakes. That's going to spread lake effect snow. And the upper Midwest is going to not be nice here over the next 24 to 36 hours with cold, wintry weather there. As you can see from the radar this morning, the snow over North and South Dakota up into the Arrowhead of Minnesota, about ready to get into some snow. And then you can see the showers out ahead of it into the Great Lakes and the Midwest. As that colder air goes into the Great Lakes, lake effect snows kick in. So the pink and the blue areas up here, we have either winter storm warnings or winter weather advisories in effect that go all the way here into the Great Lakes because of those lake effect snows. We continue to have a lot of wind that'll be across Nebraska and South Dakota today. A lot of wind still along I-25 and I-80 in southeastern Wyoming. This is what we're going to have between now and Thursday morning. So between now and Thursday morning, you can see the activities right along the U.S.-Canadian border. This is the snow shower activity that's coming tomorrow and into Thursday morning into the mountains of Wyoming and northern Colorado. but the storm track is staying up here, and that's where the heavier moisture is going to be, and that's where the snowfall is going to be between today and Thursday morning. Then we go into our next pattern change, and that's going to be Friday. We're starting to see the cold air building and wanting to move south, but we also have this little wave right here that's going to amplify the weather pattern and bring a slug of Pacific moisture with it and some Canadian air. So this is where things are kind of moved up a day in terms of travel concerns, because with this system coming in, bringing a slug of moisture, the colder Canadian air creeping southward, those two will mix. And by the time we get to Saturday, we see that push of colder air and winds aloft now. Notice they're coming more now in from the north-northwest. So Friday night into Saturday morning, we're going to have some travel concerns. Now, this isn't any big storm situation in terms of a lot of snow. When you get into these Arctic fronts, you don't tend to have a lot of moisture with them. So this is not likely going to be a big snow event for most of you. Now you get up into Montana here and parts of the Pacific Northwest, closer to the deeper moisture, the snow amounts will be heavier. But what you do get in these situations is the rapid change to much colder temperatures. The first bit of snow falls, then it freezes, then you get into some really icy conditions. So this, what I'm showing you here, is what's going to happen Friday and Saturday. So there's going to be an area of snowfall in this area right here that will make for some icy road conditions. So you see it's going to get 70, it's going to get 80, it's going to get 90, it's going to get I-25, and it's going to affect roads and highways and mountain passes there. And we'll see this go north to south. And this is why you'll want to stay tuned to our travel update, as the change in the weather Friday and Saturday will be north to south along the frontal boundary. So this is what will be falling Friday afternoon, Friday night into the day, Saturday, mainly into Saturday morning, along with plummeting temperatures. As you can see, the flow buckles, and we see the northerly flow dig into the areas along and east of the divide. And you can see the very cold air around that Hudson Bay low is just rotating around and wanting to come into the north central United States. The magnitude of the cold air and how far south it penetrates is kind of up in the air, because I could see it just staying up here or maybe going all the way down into Texas. And that's something we're just going to have to sort out over the next day or two. As the colder air gets deeper Saturday and then into Sunday, we're going to see the Arctic boundary squeeze out as much as it can with remaining moisture. So the next event, snowfall-wise, is going to be Sunday into Monday morning. Now, nothing really heavy here, but you can see the mountains of Colorado are going to be into the action, and lighter snows along and west of the divide elsewhere. Again, Arctic air masses aren't going to bring a lot of moisture. You've got to have some Pacific into the mix. Nonetheless, it's going to be enough to keep roads and highways icy, as there will be another area of snowfall and some light accumulations during that next wave, Saturday night into Sunday morning, into Monday morning. And this is what snowfall looks like through the Thanksgiving weekend period. So you can see from the Rockies out into the plains and into the Great Lakes where the worst weather is going to be. So stay tuned to our regional travel forecast. We'll keep you updated each afternoon. Have yourself a good Tuesday. See you tomorrow.